Oh, maybe? Yay, ta-da. Okay, hello everyone, I'm Lonnie. And this is Untitled Network with the review for The Mandalorian season finale. Episode 16 overall, season 2, episode 8, The Rescue.
You knew the title.
I did this time.
About it.
It was easy because it was about the rescue. Holy crap! Like, okay. Oh, so basically the episode.
Spoilers.
Well,
because we're actually filming this at a time where it might matter about spoilers.
Yeah, we're filming it the day of release. Well, yeah, spoilers. I'm going to give like a really quick spoiler-free rundown. This is basically where the whole team gets together and they go to rescue Grogu, Baby Yoda, the child, whatever you want to call him. They go to rescue him from Moff Gideon, and then it's everything that ensues from that point. Spoilers from here. So, okay, spoiler alert from here on. You've been warned. So, holy crap, like, we finally get to see those Dark Troopers in action, which are like robots that kidnapped Grogu a few episodes ago. And,
okay, first of all, those things are very intelligent.
Yeah, they
out. Because you think they're just brutes. And then releases them out into space.
Well,
and then they were smart enough to fly back to do what they were told.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. Like C-3PO, okay?
Yeah, but those things made you think they weren't smart. C-3PO has a vocabulary of a gazillion languages. Well, like, you expect him to be smart.
These things have that intelligence. They don't speak, I guess, but they all of their intelligence is thrown into they know how to fight and infiltrate. And I'm sure they had like schematics of the entire ship and, just all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, because they knew exactly where to come back at, like.
So it basically, like, Mando barely took one of those.
Yep.
And he finally managed to kill it with that Beskar staff, which you see a lot of stuff in this episode all come together. From like earlier episodes. Then they rescue him. He defeats Moff Gideon in battle, which you kind of see that now is on purpose. Like he knew that he probably knew that he was going to lose anyway.
Right.
And ended up losing.
I mean, I would even say it wouldn't surprise me if Moff Gideon battle. I didn't think he put effort in. Just enough to make him think. He's that manipulative.
Yeah, he couldn't have beat him that quick.
Yeah. And so, just so that he wouldn't get the sword or whatever.
He figured the sword was a lot better use. It was a lot more useful in his hands, causing strife between them, as it was in his hands.
Right.
Because apparently that Darksaber, that once the Mandalorian beat him and took it from him, he tried to hand it over to
I don't know.
God, I can't remember her name.
Names.
Her somebody in the comments is gonna be having a field day with this.
Oh, sure.
But anyway, she was supposed to be the rightful Mandalorian leader or whatever, and he tried to give it to her, and she, they were like, no, can't do that. You have to actually beat the person in battle. And so that's kind of where we're at. Like, she could very well become a villain next season.
Here's the thing, though. I think if she'd gotten that sort of villain vibes.
Yeah.
She wanted that thing bad.
It's kind of like...
And it's just like, I don't know, like her facial expressions, she would talk about it, really had a villain vibe, and I'm like, maybe it was good that Mando ended up with the sword. Throw it out there, like.
It's like in Avengers Endgame, you know, when Ant-Man is looking at all the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, he's like, you can't tell these guys are bad guys?
Right.
They're like, yeah, we found out they were Hydra later, and he was like, look, they look just like Hydra. That's pretty much her. So, yeah, I can see that. So, you know, all of those robots, they use like the patented airlock thing where they suck them all out into space. A few minutes later, they managed to fly back in, and they're trying to get into the bridge, pounding on the door and everything. And freaking a Jedi shows up in an X-Wing. You knew it was an X-Wing immediately. Like,
yeah.
You knew it was a Jedi because they pulled up, didn't answer. And then, like, spoiler alert, the big twist, it was Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
And I called it because I saw his hand with the glove. And he's literally the only person in Star Wars that only wears a glove on one hand.
Yeah. He saw the glove and he was like, that's only got one glove on. I bet that's Skywalker. Son of a bitch. It was.
That wasn't hard to figure out. You know, that, and he had the X-Wing. So it was like, who else could it be? My only other thought of who it could have been was I was thinking that maybe and then I realized who it was, and I was like, no, it ain't gonna happen. But the person who I was thinking before it was revealed to be Luke Skywalker, I thought it might have been Mace Windu. I was thinking if Darth Maul survived being cut in half by freaking Qui-Gon Jinn, or by Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 1, then Mace Windu could have survived the fall in Coruscant fighting the Emperor.
I mean, why not?
And he still very well could be, but you would have to bring in Samuel L. Jackson to play, and there's no way that's going to happen for a Disney Plus TV show. He might pop in intermittently, like in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But yeah, he's not going to be like... Well, I mean, to be honest, Mark Hamill got paid more than anybody else in Star Wars. I don't remember the exact number, but you know, like at the very end of The Force Awakens, when she shows up on the island.
He literally has a cameo, more or less.
Yeah. They paid him like 5 times the amount of anybody else in that movie just for that like 30-second cameo.
I believe that.
And all he did was stand there and stare at her.
Yeah, didn't he say any lines?
Yeah. He got paid.
I said a cameo, literally.
He got paid more than freaking Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, anybody. He got paid more just for that. So I was like, crap. But yeah.
I mean, dude knows his worth, I guess. That's all I can say.
They did a dang good job of de-aging him.
Right?
You know, especially how he looks now.
Yes.
But that was him. You know, they just did a lot of computer work on him. So
you would have thought it was just the digital version of him.
Yeah, they did a lot of work.
It's like, what they do? Remaster his image and stick it in there?
I mean, just about. They probably just threw some little dots on him and was like, "Here, we'll touch you up later."
Right, pretty much.
So it wouldn't surprise me if that wasn't him. They just put somebody in there with a green screen and then used his voice.
Right, he paid him.
Yeah.
For a voice job.
But
Little light, really.
But yeah, I mean, he did, like, that was really cool. And big thing, he shows up and they have like this moment between Grogu and Mandalorian. He like takes his helmet off and they say their goodbyes, and then
Grogu rates.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to go, but he don't. He wants Mando's blessing. So gives a spot, not wanting.
And then I swooped in and took him with us.
I'm done with you. Oh my God.
But no, that was really cool. I like the way that ended. Then, he leaves, and then once the elevator door shuts, it's over. Or so you think. And then, like, what is probably the coolest after credits scene I've ever seen. It's
especially for a TV show.
It's been a long time that I've seen one this good. Freaking Boba Fett and God, I can't remember her name. Agent May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They go into freaking Jabba's palace, kill everybody.
He sits on the motherfucking...
Yeah, he goes in there and sits on the thing because the dude, they said his name. He was like Jabba's assistant. The creepy dude with the shark teeth or whatever. Like the pale white albino looking dude. He was like... You could tell he'd been there a while, a bit living it up, you know.
Oh, yeah. Had him a slave and everything.
Yeah, and so they go in there, and he was like, "Oh, Boba Fett, I've heard all kinds of rumors," and like Boba just kills him.
Dead, you know,
yeah, I thought you were dead. He kind of like he reminded me of Carl Grissom in the original Batman when Joker came back. He was like, "Oh, Jack, I thought you were dead. I'm so happy you're alive."
Yeah,
he was like, "No, it ended about the same for him too."
Yes, yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, and then he sits down on the throne after he kills everybody, frees the dude's slave, and is like, then it splashes across the screen the Book of Boba Fett coming December 20th. So that opens up a whole big can of worms. Like, where do we even go with that? Because they haven't clarified, and there's like 3 schools of thought on the internet right now as far as what exactly the Book of Boba Fett is going to be. Is it going to be a movie on Disney Plus? Going to be a standalone series on Disney Plus? Or is it going to be, is that the name of The Mandalorian Season 3? A lot of people are saying no, it's not going to be The Mandalorian Season 3 because there's so much story still to tell from Mandalorian that they wouldn't risk just completely jumping ship and letting Boba Fett take over the Mandalorian. Like right. that would be, why do that when you can just have a standalone Boba Fett series that we're going to watch anyway? Because Boba Fett's already like one of the most insanely popular characters in Star Wars fandom ever.
Right.
I'm going to lean more towards it being a movie. Like a movie that they're going to release exclusively to Disney Plus.
Right.
That's going to be my call because it's happening in December. Mandalorian Season 3 is going to premiere on December Day. And I don't think they're going to have a series start in December and overlap The Mandalorian. I don't think they're going to have a big event series. Two of their big series overlap with each other. So I really do think it's going to be a movie, or maybe even a 2 or 3-parter that'll like pop up. Yeah, that'll lead into Mandalorian. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning with it. I don't think it's, and I don't think it's going to be just regular old Mandalorian Season 3. Even though, I mean, if they really wanted to, they could have just ended the series right here. About the only lingering plot thread, I think, the 2 lingering plot threads is the leadership of the Mandalorians and what happens to Baby Yoda at this. There's no way that he's gone. No way.
He's way too popular.
Yeah, he's going to pop back up in some shape, form, fashion. Right. Even if they do some kind of show and he pops up as like older Grogu later. But I think that takes away some of his too. But
it'll take away some if show him develop.
I think that was Anakin's problem. He didn't get a whole lot of like.
Yeah.
He went from like kid, like 19-year-old Darth Vader. And that was it.
It was really...
He had like a movie and a half of adult development. Most of that was spent in a love story. Like, I think that's probably why people like the Clone Wars so much. I've never seen the Clone Wars, but I think that gives a lot of development to the character. That if we would have had that between episodes 2 and 3. I think people would enjoy a little more.
Probably.
Only had Disney Plus back then, you know.
It is what it is.
But anyway, yeah. This episode, what do you give this episode? I'll let you go first on it.
I haven't.
Really?
Yeah. Probably. I would have just gave it a 10.
Yeah.
The after credits seemed 11, but
I was, I'm probably going to give it like a.
no, I'm serious.
This episode seriously gets an 11. This is top tier Disney Plus Star Wars stuff.
This I see.
Season 1. I mean, it was good. They had some really cool stuff, but this didn't. I mean, this one was better. Yeah, obviously. And
better too.
I mean, I guess the season finale last year was awesome, unless you try to compare it to this one, and then it's like, eh. So yeah, I mean, I get it. Season 1 was a lot of setup. They did a dang good job of setting it up in ways that paid off, which is crazy. Like it was set up and pay off at the same time. So yeah, this one, like having Skywalker there, having Boba Fett in the episode, which was funny because right when they boarded the ship, Boba Fett took off light speed.
Yeah, he was out of there.
Just a little bit later, Skywalker showed. God, it's a good thing they didn't cross paths. That would have been a lot awkward. So,
a little bit.
So anyway, yeah, perfect episodes across the board. I'm gonna say probably this season. To me, I know we didn't review The Mandalorian season 1, but I will say just across the board, season 2 had better scores.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah. So, anyway, yep, I guess that's it. Mandalorian season 2 is going to be happening in a little over a year. Or season 3 is going to be happening a little over a year from now. We're going to have the Book of Boba Fett. It's going to be happening about this time next year. I'll leave it. About all the stuff we're going to have on Disney Plus, but now the next man have WandaVision. We're Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We're going to have.
It's going to be so great.
All kinds of Marvel movies next year that are going to happen.
All the Marvel.
Yeah. So there's going to be, seriously, 3 to 4 movies and like 3 TV shows solid between now and the next Boba Fett. All kinds of cool Disney stuff. So I wish they would. This is probably a whole other video in itself, but I wish they would release the Marvel movies on Disney Plus same day as theater. I wish they would, because I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm not going to be going to a movie theater in May. It just ain't going to. So
yeah, the cases have to absolutely
plummet to almost zero for me
not right now.
Yeah.
Where we're at, so.
That was the thing. You don't increase substantially over the course of like 3 or 4 months and then just suddenly drop off. It's gonna gradually decrease. So I don't see us having safe movies anytime in the next 6 months. So anyway, we'll see y'all later on. Back on. Alright, that's it for The Mandalorian. We're going to be reviewing. We don't have anything else to review for a while. We'll have to go.
It's up to you.
Yeah, well, we'd like
I'll review it.
Yeah, for us to review anything else, we're going to have to review like some classic stuff or something like that. So, probably Zero. Yeah, I ran Zero pretty hard right before. I didn't want chaos.
He was.
Yeah, so I ran him. Everybody have a good rest, whatever it is you're having. And I'm Lonnie. We're Untitled Nerd Network. See y'all at some point, probably for a review or gameplay or
we'll be around.
Whatever.
We'll be around.
Yep.